Base, what's happening out there, Texas? All right, so today we're going to be talking about 10 of my holy grail makeup items that will consistently be repurchased, taken with me, can't live without. Throughout traveling the past 5 months or so, living out of 2 suitcases, it really has shown me what I feel like I need to repurchase, like I cannot live without when they run out, because I do have backups. Like I have a lot of makeup still for filming and stuff, so I do have, you know, other products I could use, but these are like, when they run out, I gotta repurchase them because they're that good. So here we go, let's get into it. If you enjoy this video while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna have all of the 10 makeup products I'm talking about listed down below in the description box, along with the rest of the makeup on my face today. I also did just like very basic, this is kind of like my everyday makeup look lately, just keeping it pretty minimal, and I'm using a bunch of the products I'm talking about today. All right, I'm not going in any order here, let's just dig in. Let's start off with my number one liquid liner. If you've been watching for years, you know Physicians Formula Ultra Boost. Ultra Boost? Why does that sound weird now? The Physicians Formula Waterproof Eyeliner, that was my favorite for years. Then I discovered the McQueen New York one, also affordable, about half the price of Physicians Formula. That one you can find on YesStyle. I still love those two. I think McQueen is my number 2, Physicians Formula is my number 3, and then this is my number 1. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner Waterproof Black. This is a pen liner, so it's not a felt tip, and basically pen liners versus felt tip I find just glide on so much easier. All 3 that I just mentioned are brush tip instead of felt. They don't create that weird like jaggedy kind of line. They're just super smooth, but the difference and the standout for me with this one specifically compared to the other 2 is A, it's super black, it goes over anything. It goes over eyeshadow really well, but I also find this one out of all 3 to be the most long lasting. I get watery eyes, I put eye drops in every day, my eyes get like red and watery and irritated, especially on the outer corner or inner corner. A lot of eyeliners will really like bleed for me or just totally come off, and this one stays put. I will say if you're putting in eye drops, make sure you're letting like the eye drop, you know, fluid like dry down a bit before you go in with the liner. I just put them in before when I'm like doing my SPF and skincare, so it has a chance to like dry before I'm going in with my eyeliner. But this is my number 1 eyeliner, drugstore or high-end, happens to be affordable, which is great. And also this one pen has lasted me a long time, like months. This is no surprise if you've seen any of my videos in like the past year basically, but the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Iconic Nude Lip Liner. It is just something else, the shade of this. It is a matte lip liner. You can put it all over your lips, and when you do put it all over, it has this really nice like almost smoothing quality to it. So I totally wear this on its own as well and fill in my lips, but I use this if I'm doing some kind of nude lip. It just goes with everything. It is a nice like neutral, leaning more cool toned color. Keep in mind right now I have on a little bit of self tanner, so it's looking a little bit lighter than it does if my skin is fair, but I have so many videos using and talking about this when my skin is fair, so you can still see what it looks like. It's just the perfect everyday kind of color that I can make look more warm or I can make look more cool. It just seems to go with almost every nude kind of combo I do, and I haven't found a dupe for it. I'm on the hunt, trust me. Whenever I'm in the drugstore or Ulta, I'm looking around. And speaking of lip products, my other holy grail lip product that I am almost out of, which is so rare for me. I don't know the last time I went through an entire tube of lipstick, just because I'm always trying different stuff. This is the Glossier, what are these even called? Ultra Sheer Lip, I think they're called. Hydrating Shine and Color in Lucite. So you can use this in a lot of different ways. One of my most common ways is to do it how I did it today, where I put on the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner and then just go over top with this. This is the prettiest like baby pink color. It's not a super pigmented lipstick. I would say this is like a creamy tinted balm almost. It has decent color payoff for being like a tinted balm, but it has a super moisturizing, more of like a balmy kind of feel without being too slippery. It just feels nice and like rich and creamy. It's a super nice formula, and then the shade just like takes it to the next level for me. It's everything I want out of like a pink tone like this, because I can go over, if I'm like, ooh, my lips are looking like a little too orangey today, I'll go over top with this, or I'll wear it like I did this morning. I didn't have any lip liner on or anything. I just put this on almost like a chapstick, and it gives that like little tint of color, but not to the point where it looks weird if you're not wearing any other makeup. Like you can totally use this just as like a lip tint with no other makeup. It's not scented, which I like. It doesn't have like really any kind of scent to it. And this is the bottom. I've used this whole thing, so I'm definitely gonna be repurchasing this. If you haven't tried this formula, I hope they never discontinue it. Knock on wood, man. I hope none of this stuff gets discontinued. All of my Holy Grail products end up getting discontinued. So if you're watching this video and you're wanting anything, I would say get it and stock up because it might get discontinued. It's a bizarre curse we have going on the last couple years. The next product is an eye primer that I feel like I haven't given enough love to, that is now like Holy Grail status for me. It's the Anastasia Eye Primer. I'm very particular with my eye primers because I find that a lot of them end up being like clear or not pigmented enough. For me, it like takes away the coverage on my eyelids, and I do have discoloration and some like freckles and stuff, which I don't mind if like the freckles come through the makeup really, but it's just nice to have like a really smooth like one color base. That's why I love the MAC paint pot. So I do like my eye primers to have some pigment to them. It also just helps the eyeshadow pop. And this one I love because it has a basically like, I wouldn't say pure white. It's not like putting a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in milk all over. That is like a pure white kind of base. This is, you know, intended to be an eye primer, unlike the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. And it has like a slight white color. So it definitely brightens, makes your shadows pop. And I just find that this definitely makes my shadows last longer. I don't have super oily eyelids or anything, so I haven't been able to test to see how it works on oily eyelids. But just as far as like staying on all day, making the eyeshadows really pop. It still has a little bit of tackiness, not as tacky as MAC Paint Pot. The shadows still like blend out super nicely over top. I first discovered this in my Ulta makeover video. The makeup artist used this eye primer and said it was her favorite. And you need literally the tiniest dot, like this tube. I still have, it feels like a fourth of this left maybe. And this is like the sample size. So if you can get your hands on the sample size, it'll last you months and months and months because you need the tiniest amount. Also link the brush I use to apply my eye primer down below. It's great. It's from Sephora. It's technically for concealer. I don't like using it for concealer, but I love it for eye primer. This one I literally just dropped yesterday and fully broke the lid and cracked it in half. But I needed a new one anyway, and I actually have already ordered that. So this is the Lottie London Super Fake Mascara. I've talked about in the past how I think this is pretty much an exact dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury push-up lashes. I feel like you can get the exact same results with this. They have very similar wands. They're like the very tiny comb wands, and those can be hit or miss for me. I find that if it's a dry mascara formula plus that, it doesn't work well for me, but if it's a little bit more of a wet formula initially, then these kind of brushes can be really amazing. And these ones definitely both, like you'll notice when it's time to throw it out, like right now for me on both of these, where it's just starting to get like the actual, you know, mascara gets a little bit clumpy in the tube, but I would say you get a good solid couple months out of these before they start getting to that point. You get it for like under 10 bucks, and I have the liquid liner on today, and whenever you're wearing like a thick liner, it is a little bit harder to see really the mascara, but I'll look up for a minute so you can see. This one I do feel like doesn't transfer at all on me, whereas this one usually doesn't, but sometimes I can get a little bit of like transfer down here. I would say though, don't get this one if you like super fluttery natural kind of lashes. I think this is more in line with like someone who likes the baby doll, you know what I mean, like really separated, like more volume. It's amazing. I feel like not enough people have tried this mascara. It's incredible. Oldie but a goodie. It has to be mentioned. If you have not tried this yet, it's definitely in my like top 3 highlighters of all time, since Pure Nude Highlighter and 10B my highlight. Again, keep in mind, I have a little bit of tanner on today, so the shade does look like a little bit lighter than normal, but if you have textured skin and you find that highlighters just like, you can just see them sitting on top of your skin and it really like emphasizes your texture right there, then you need to try this thing. It is beautiful. This is like lit from within kind of glow. You can really change up the look depending on the brush you use. So if you use more of like a small condensed brush, you can really pack a punch, layer it up, or you can go in with like a bigger, fluffier brush. Sometimes I'll take my like Haley's Beauty big fluffy blush brush and just apply it that way to get like a super pretty, just natural kind of glow without like the full highlight look. You can also use it as a finishing powder in that way with like a bigger, fluffier brush. If I was getting married, this would be my wedding highlight. I know I raved about a ton. A lot of people do with this highlight, but it's for good reason, and seriously, you need to try it. Okay, just do it. Next is another one of those products that I've definitely talked about loving, but I don't know if I have emphasized the degree to which I love this. Milani Avocado Butter Lip Mask. This shocked me because, I don't know, I want to expect like a lip mask from Milani to be incredible, but this is like This is better than the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, which that one has never been like super moisturizing on me. It's more of like, I like the plump look of that one. Let's pause. I use lip masks in kind of two different ways. Some of them, I just like the like plump kind of tint that they give. And then other lip masks I will wear overnight for that like really intense moisture. Or I'll just put it, you know, on top of something else or just during the day if I like the way that it looks and it still gives that like nice plump lip look. This has it all, okay? I weirdly love the scent. I'm almost out of this. I cannot explain what this smells like. It smells herbal, but at the same time like a little bit cucumbery. If you have like the Aquaphor healing ointment, which I also love for my lips, that's what I used on Accutane. It's incredible for like severe dryness. This one is also super moisturizing, and I just love the way this one looks and feels. It's like incredibly soft feeling on my lips. It does give that like plump lip look. Will repurchase this. Love everything about it. Next we have one SPF that I will continue to forever repurchase because I just don't have anything that compares to this. This is such a unique product to me. It's the Super Goop Glow Screen SPF 40. I have a whole video on my favorite sunscreens, best SPFs, so if you want to know all of them, I will link that down below, and I go through and apply all of them so you can see the difference in finish and everything. But the best way I can describe this is like an extremely glowy, priming moisturizer feel. It doesn't have like a silicone feel at all, but it does just look super pretty underneath makeup. If you have a matte foundation and you put this underneath, the glow is so intense that it does create like a satin finish in the end. If you put a fully matte foundation over top, it looks so pretty on its own. It almost gives this like slight veiled kind of look. Like it does have some color. It's what I have on today. I have this on first, and then I actually don't have foundation on. I just have on Patrick Star, the One Size concealers, 2 different shades, medium 3 and light 1. How do I have that memorized? So my forehead is mostly the Super Goop right now, and then I just put like concealer in certain areas down here, a little bit between my eyebrows. It has such a nice feel to it too. It doesn't feel greasy, keeps your skin moisturized, just like feels and looks really pretty on the skin. I feel like they should make this, but add like the tiniest bit of tint to it and make it in a bunch of shades, and it would be like a killer glowy tinted moisturizer on its own. I'll put it on my chest sometimes, or like on my arms. It looks really pretty if you want that glow, but you don't want like straight up glitter. This is like one of those products that I feel like it can just be hard to find a good one of. A lower lash mascara. A lot of lower lash mascaras will fully transfer down. There's a plane. I love the wand on this because it's easy to get into the lower lashes. I actually don't have it on today because I just wanted like the brightening kind of look underneath my eyes. Sometimes I feel like when I put on lower lash mascara with a look like this, it just like droops my eyes a little bit versus keeping it more lifted. But whenever I'm doing a full-blown makeup look, I always put mascara on the lower lashes, and it's just a good one, okay? It's a good one. It doesn't transfer. It's black. Hard to find ones that have everything you need for a lower lash mascara, and you can't go wrong. Did I even say the... I don't think I said the name of this. The MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. I talk about it all the time. All right, the last product, I have 2. Okay, so technically this is 11, but one of them is like a tool, so I don't know if that would be cheating, but I'm gonna mention both of these. So first we have the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. This comes with me anywhere. It is my favorite lash glue. It's pretty fast drying. I like it so much better than Duo. I've tried a lot of different lash glues, like high-end and drugstore, and this is just the best. It doesn't make my eyes like super burn. The trick with any lash glue is letting it dry down like 80% before you actually stick it onto your lashes so that the lash band isn't like sliding around, lash glue is not getting in your eye. It's just one of those things that I feel like a lot of people, like if you're not getting a recommendation for lash glue, you're probably just like going into Walgreens and picking up like Duo or something, which is fine. A lot of people love Duo, but I just find that this one is the best. So next time you're running out of lash glue or you want to try lashes, get this guy. And then this is such a simple thing, but it's the best pencil sharpener. It's a NARS pencil sharpener, lip liners, eye pencils, whatever you want to use it with. It's actually pretty affordable for NARS. I mean, it is a pencil sharpener, but you can get it on Sephora. It's also just very cute. All right, that was everything. My top 10 products that I can't live without while I'm traveling right now, slash just in general, I guess 11, but everything will be linked down below in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Thank you. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.